Alright guys, it's Ted coming at you with some Battlefield 3 multiplayer demo, reveal, whatever. Let's get down to the gist of it. This game, first impressions video, I guess you could call this. I've played the last 4 or 5 hours straight on this game. I'm not going to lie, the first 2 games I played, I was very frustrated. I think the first game I went 6-10 or something like that, and then every game since then I've basically gone double positive. As far as my experience with Battlefield goes, I'm just going to give some quick history. I played a little bit of BFBC2 and absolutely no Battlefield 1943. So as far as game mechanics goes, as far as the feel for the game goes, very little knowledge. However, I feel like similar to Call of Duty, you can pick this game up and learn it really quickly. Learn how everything feels, how to move, the maps. If I've also played Medal of Honor, and this game, the engine takes after Medal of Honor, which means like the graphics, the guns, the way you move, the way gravity takes effects of your person, things like that are all from Medal of Honor, which is what I've had a little bit of experience with. So I had a little bit of background information just because of that. But let's get down to the basics. The graphics are spot on. They're amazing. The game feels, sounds, looks absolutely amazing, just like Battlefield is known for. I mean, that's what they came out saying is they're going to make these games as beautiful and sound as good as they can. And there's a couple things that I'm noticing as far as the graphics go. There's a lot of times where when you go prone, you can see right underneath the map, and that might be in this video where you'll be able to see me. I'll go prone a couple times and I'll just look straight down under the map. That needs to be fixed. Once again, keep in mind this is a beta, or a beta, or whatever you want to call it. So there's a lot of problems with the games. So your sprint will not work sometimes. That's the big one. It's impossible to aim down sight sometimes when you spawn in. I don't know why. You just got to switch weapons or bring out a medic kit to be able to like reset it pretty much, and that way you'll be able to aim down sight. Sometimes it'll just flash green on your screen a lot, and that's really frustrating when that happens in your life. So you can definitely tell when you're playing it's a beta. So it's by far not perfect. However, from what I was expecting, from this game first being launched today on multiplayer, I was not expecting nearly this good of a game. As far as more technical details, hit detection on this game is spot on. Sniper rifles are incredibly powerful, easily used. They're not like the other sniper rifles. I honestly don't think there's any bullet drop in this game, which at this point, some people, I like it better that way though. I know this game's very realistic compared to Call of Duty. However, I don't think that bullet drop was a good thing because it took way too long of a time to get accustomed to bullet drop, and it really slowed down the pace of the game when you add that mechanic into there. So I really like the way that the game is right now. It flows wonderfully. There's no... I remember in the old Battlefields you felt really bogged down, or at least in BFBC2 you felt really bogged down. With the new game engine, you feel like you do in Call of Duty, where you feel like you got weight, but not that you're like being druggish and you're really sluggish. You really move at a good movement speed. They've really fixed a lot of the problems that I was feeling in BFBC2 of the game being incredibly slow paced. It's no longer slow paced at all. I played the game for about 4 hours, and I'm not gonna lie, the first 2 or 3 games were kind of slow paced, I felt like. But after the first couple of games, you start learning the maps, you start learning the clutch points, and you start learning the ways to travel the map. And you'll see even in this game, this was I think the 3rd or 4th game I played, and I pulled out a pretty decent score. I was 27-13, which is pretty decent considering there's no kill streaks at all, and it's strictly gun versus gun. But in this class I'm using the assault rifle. This is the medic class. You'll see me a lot of times if my health, which is displayed in the bottom right, you'll see it's a % sign. If my health drops below about 50%, then I'll pause for a second, pull out a med kit, and heal myself up as well as my teammates. Here's the subway. This is really cool. It gets a little dark here. I might brighten that up a little bit with the editing and such. But the graphics are just amazing. The environments, whenever you're in the subway, like the drainage is just like popping around you. Everything echoes really well. It's a real war experience. It reminds me like Call of Duty 5. If anyone's ever played that, I could easily say Call of Duty 5 was the most war-like experience. You'll see there, that's another one of the glitches. Whenever you die, instead of showing like surrounding areas, it'll just randomly show a glitched picture of some sort. Doesn't really make sense a lot of times. The other thing that I'll say about Battlefield is that they did a great job with map design, because there's normally 2 clutch points, which are just long, straight, narrow pathways, like the sniper spots and all, that a lot of people go down and they don't really think about it, and they can get sniped really easily. And but aside from that, there's also side routes. that you can take that are really close quarters that perfectly fit for all your shotguns or your SMGs or your assault rifles. And so they've made it so that any class can do really well. I was playing with a friend of mine named Morosis, and he was running around with the shotgun. And I haven't used it yet. I don't know how good it is, but he said he was doing really well with it. And there's close quarters spots, and there's also long range spots, which are good for the sniper rifles. So it really does fit all types of gameplay. There's really, I remember in this class, I think I was sniping earlier, and as far as sniping goes, I know that they had bullet drop in the previous games, and since there is none in this game, if you mix the high damage bullets, I mean the snipers are a 1, maybe a 2-hit kill, if you don't hit chest or higher. The snipers with dedicated servers and no bullet drop, and they're all semi-automatic with 11-round magazines. You add all that together in combination with perfect hit detection, I think the snipers are going to be a little overpowered. And I know I say that because I say it so cautiously about everything. But I do foresee problems with the sniper rifles because there are a lot of long-range combat in this area. And although there's also short-range, like where I'm at right now, which is why I like the diversity, I feel like it's going to prevent a lot of rushing because people are going to be scared they're going to get sniped too much, or more people are just going to be sitting back in the back sniping too much because it is a pretty powerful gun. As far as assault rifles go and all the other guns, everything seems to drop people really, really quick. One thing you'll notice, though, is that with the assault rifles, they made it so that they do incredibly high damage. I'd say a 2 to 3 bullet kill, maybe 4 at really long ranges. And there I get a nice double kill, which is nice. Or maybe it was a double assist. I can't really tell. But at long ranges, it's hard to hold a shot. Because A, they have bad iron sights. B, they have ridiculous recoil. It's almost real-life recoil how much they bounce around. And 3, just at longer ranges, you can't pop fire enough. Like say you're at a longer range, and you try to do the little, butt, like pop firing your gun. Well, a lot of times either people will move because they're not idiots, or your gun just won't. It doesn't have high enough center speed. It doesn't balance out quick enough. And I don't know if anyone's going to catch on to what I'm even trying to say here, but you'll figure out when you play it. Now, as far as how I got this demo, the only reason I got it was because I bought a Medal of Honor and I bought the limited edition copy, which gave me a DLC code for the Battlefield 3 beta 2 days early. So everyone else is going to get this in 2 days. Meanwhile, I'm going to be stomping y'all noobs when you get on in 2 days because I'm going to have 2 days of experience under my belt. I can't really say enough about this game. I feel like I'm not even going to try to compare it to Call of Duty. I know I make a couple resemblances like the gravity and how the game feels. But let's be honest, guys. This game is entirely different than Call of Duty. You won't see any tanks in here, but there are a lot of vehicles, and when the game's going to come out, helicopters, tanks, you name it, it's in the game. There's none of that in Call of Duty at all. It's for the most part air support and guns in Call of Duty. This game's all about manned tanks, manned helicopters, everything like that. It's really going to have just a unique game design. And you can't relate this to Call of Duty at all. I was honestly trying to when I was playing. I was like, well, let's try to relate the guns. Well, you can't really do that because the guns have ridiculous recoil. And it seems like in this game, it's not just the gun you choose, but it's the class you choose. I was at a severe disadvantage running the SMG class because I didn't have my med kits. Like I really wanted my med kits to heal myself up and to kind of play it safe. Well, when you're on the SMG class, you're an engineer and all you have is the RPGs. Well, if you got an RPG, that's fine and dandy, but you're not gonna be able to heal yourself up. The only way you can heal is if you kill someone. You get passive healing for killing an enemy player. But if you're sitting on 1% health and you're going to get someone that has 100% health, unless they've got their back turned to you, there's very, very little chance you're gonna be able to kill them, unless it's really close quarters and you got a hip fire spray on them. And like I said, the snipers they seem pretty dominant in here, but I do see a good variety of everything. I'm not seeing too much of one class. The sniper rifles do get a lot of hit markers. However, they're semi-automatic and there's very little recoil and there's perfect hit detection and there's no lag, which makes them incredibly powerful. And I think that they're going to end up being a problem. But once again, this is just the beta. I'm honestly not trying to make any real comparisons to what the game's going to be like when it comes out. But out of complete honesty, once again, this game has blown me away. I never would have figured I'd have so much fun playing a Battlefield game. But I've got to say that between just all the ribbons you get, the level up experience is wonderful. The game length, I love 30-minute games. Maybe people don't like longer games, but I love the long games. And in this one, this is the rush game mode. Most of the games are about 20 to 25 minutes, which I think is wonderful. That's about the length that I like to put demolition games at, but I have to try to get them to last that long. In this game, it's really, I mean, it could be quick, but the fastest I've ever seen a game go is about 15 minutes. That's if they lose. there's a certain number of lives that you have when you're attacking. Notice it says 40 right there, ATT 40. There's that 40 more. You can handle 40 more deaths before you need to plan off those charges. Once you plan off those charges, you can push forward a little bit more, and your thing resets to another 100 lives. But the gameplay is perfect. Everything seems really balanced to me. The sniper rifles, like I said, they might be a little bit of a problem later on. But as far as I can tell right now, they don't really look like they're a problem. As far as things that I don't understand about the game, and of course you can't see it right now because I've got only 13 bullets left in my magazine. But when you spawn in, you've only got 31 bullets in the magazine, or for snipers you get 11 bullets in the magazine. I don't understand why everything's an odd number. Like, why do you get a 31 bullet magazine, or an 11 bullet magazine, or a 21 bullet magazine for the submachine guns? I don't understand why you get, like, see, that's 31 bullets and 124 left for reserve. I don't understand that. I don't know what the purpose of that is. Someone can explain that to me, please do. Maybe it's something about just the coding of the game went wrong. I really don't understand. Also, you'll see that to prevent a lot of spawn trapping, what they'll do is they put a delay, or excuse me, a suicide warning. So if you push too far in the enemy spawn, you only got 10 seconds, or else you're going to kill yourself. And there's a couple times where I try to spawn rush too much. I'll get too far in the spawn, and I think I turn around in time, but I don't end up making it out in time, and I'll end up going down just by a suicide. And you do lose points when you suicide, which is never fun. So, but the rank up system is awesome. You get a lot of points for helping your teammates. You get a lot of points for objectives. You'll see there I leveled up, and you get dog tags and all that stuff for leveling up. It's really cool. It's really a cool way they've done the system here. One thing I could suggest to new players is make sure you have cover. And I know that seems obvious, and I know that seems like something that you should always do. Well, in this game, the bullets really take a toll on you. I mean, you can't take very many bullets at all. I think it's like a two or three bullet kill at most ranges for the fully automatic guns. And you want to make sure you got an advantage on the other person. You'll go down really quick, and you'll see there, like, before you can even react, sometimes you'll go down. And as far as the radar goes, and that was the SVT right there, so that was the sniper rifle that I'm telling you about. As far as the radar goes, I don't like it very much. The red dots don't show up very well. There are a lot of times where I'll see an enemy right in front of me shooting his gun, and it won't appear on the radar. And there's no suppressors that I know of. Maybe there are at higher levels. I'm not really sure. I'm ranked number 8 right now, and that time it took me about 4 hours to get to rank number 8. But pretty much you level up once, maybe twice a game. It depends on how good you are. I started averaging about 30 kills a game per 30-minute period, so it's a much slower paced game than Black Ops, to put it bluntly. If you wanna get 30 kills in a chopper gunner, go for Black Ops, go for MW2. Great games, but if you want to go for games where it's more tactical and this is strictly 100% gun versus gun, which is what I really enjoy about it. So that's about it. I'm going to split this into 2 parts. I'll make the next part available tomorrow. So if you want to see that, make sure to click the annotation on the screen, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye. Kidding. So on second thought, I'm actually not going to take another part of this. I want to render this all out in one section, one piece. So yeah, we're going to keep going with this commentary. I really don't want to split it into 2 parts. I feel like that's kind of view whoring for me to do 2 parts for one video. However, I do apologize for the 20-minute video, however long this is. It's a lot longer than I would have normally posted a gameplay on, but you know that Battlefield 3, and I might speed up the gameplay. I'll think about that in a second to get it a little bit shorter. But the games are really, really long, especially for the Rush game mode. And when the game comes out, right now there's only 1 game mode and 1 map, which is really, really repetitive. I probably will not end up posting another gameplay of this unless I get either a really good following for this video, or B, people just really, really want to see it. In those 2 cases, I'll probably put another video up, or maybe just sections of a video. But the games are really 20-25 minutes long, and it's hard to talk, honestly, for 25 minutes in a row without getting my voice hurting after a while. So a couple game mechanics I think are new to this game. One is how you climb over obstacles is absolutely jizz-worthy. I mean, you don't just, it's not like in Black Ops or in MW2 where you bring your arms forward and kind of crawl over it. In this game, you fucking ninja hop that thing, and you like put one arm over it, you swing your legs forward, and it sounds awesome, it looks awesome. I remember my friend was just saying that all he was doing was just hopping back and forth over obstacles the entire game. Now, granted, that didn't help out my team very much, but it was pretty funny. And the other things I could say is that there is a little bit of drop shotting because you can go to prone really quickly. However, if you're moving and you go to prone, you kind of slide. It's like if you've ever played Halo, or not Halo, excuse me, Crysis 2. You don't go to the ground when you're moving; you kind of slide down. And I think that's a pretty cool thing because, and you'll see right there, like you can go prone when you're not running and it's fine. But if you're moving and you go to prone, you slide and you can't use your gun while you're sliding. It's similar to Black Ops. However, it looks about half as gay as Black Ops does. I mean, you can't dolphin dive in real life. That's stupid. But this makes sense because you're kind of like you're sliding to home base. It's kind of like how it is only with your gun. And you can't use your gun while you're sliding. You can only hopefully right there is an example. And also you'll notice when I climb through objects. The other thing I like is when you crawl, it looks like you're actually crawling. You know, you don't just magically move forward like you do in Call of Duty. In this game, when you cannot aim down sight while you're crawling, and you put one arm forward and then your gun, one arm forward, so on and so forth, and you can't shoot while you're crawling. You have to stop and then you can shoot, which once again adds to just the whole realism factor in this game. The other thing I'll point out is that just the strict map balance. I mean, you'll see here as we push forward. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I had a fantastic team. I got blessed with an amazing team that actually knew what they were doing for this side. But as we push forward, this next objective is the hardest one. You'll see there I'm healing myself by putting down a med kit and healing out my person. But I get so off topic here. I'm sorry. As you push forward, this is what I call the slaughterhouse, because when we push forward here, we're on this balcony and the other team has perfect cover and we have no cover at all. So that's why I go prone a lot. I'm really cautious, and I've figured ways around this now that because I've played the map a few more times, and I like to go upstairs. But I didn't know at the time. I didn't know you could go upstairs. But it's just all you have for protection is that railing and a couple lampposts. That's it. And the other team's got full protection and they can snipe you and everything. That's why my motive was go balls to the wall, push as far forward to the spawn as I can get, and see if I can get as many kills. And if this is the gameplay that I remember it being, I went on a rampage here in the enemy spawn, and I'm hoping this is the right gameplay that I was thinking of. Because once again, like I said, this is the only map, this is the only game mode, so I've played this map a lot, and I've played this game mode a lot, and I can't really decipher the two games, like one game from another. But there's sometimes in this game where you'll just have a slow streak and you just won't get anywhere. And here I'm planning a charge, maybe I'm defusing it, I can't remember. But yeah, all you have to do is hold B to plant or defuse the charge. It's really quick. But once again, off topic. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So when you push forward in the spawn, if you push too far forward, like I said before, you're going to get that 10-second, turn back now, you're leaving the battle zone, whatever. And yeah, this is where I go on a nice streak in the enemy spawn. They're all spawning back where their teammates are at, and since my whole team is kind of pushed forward with me, it's very hard for them to push forward to push out of their spawn at all. And even though I can't get inside their spawn, and you'll see here, yeah, I get that warning, and I got 10 seconds, and I'm out of ammo, so I run and pick up this guy's weapon and run back out to reset my timer, and then I go back in and I kill a couple more people. Really exciting, really fun, action-packed gameplay. This game is a lot of fun at times. It can be a little slow-paced, but when it's not slow-paced and when it can be heart-pounding and dramatic, and it's really a lot of fun. I can't say enough about it. Anyways, guys, if you want to see more of this gameplay, please let me know. I'd be happy to post more of it. If not, if it's too long, if you just don't like Battlefield 3, if you just hate me in general, tell me, and I won't post any more of it. Or just leave a like or dislike. I could tell that. If you leave a like, obviously I know you like the gameplay. If you leave a dislike, I'll say, okay, you probably don't want to see any more Battlefield 3, and I'll post more Black Ops or MW2. But it's completely up to you. I'll play it either way, but I'll post only whatever everyone wants to see. And here I think the timer gets to me. I actually don't get out of don't get out of here in time. First assassination kill ever, which is pretty cool. And it's fun when you assassinate people. And there I accidentally kill myself by staying in there too long, but it was all for fun and good. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed, and here at the end, I'm just going to leave this out to play. The ending is really cool, because what they do at the end is it goes over all the medals you've gotten, all the experience you've gotten for all the classes, and here you'll see I've won. And I'll leave this put out to you so you can just watch it, because I don't want to talk for another 30 seconds or whatever. Anyways, it'll say, there's my score, 27-13. It'll go over all the experience you've gotten in each single thing. It's really cool, and how you level up and what you unlock. It's awesome. I really suggest trying this out when it comes out in 2 days for public use. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, click the like button. If you didn't like it, click the dislike button. If you want to see more, click the subscribe button. Catch you guys later. Bye.